Hey, today I want to chat a little bit about the emotional side of social media. Everyone talks about how important social media is for your business and how it's absolutely critical in this day and age in order to be able to build your business is to be able to have an online component, put yourself out there and be authentic and be yourself and all of that and all the tactics and strategies. But I don't think we're talking enough about the emotional aspect of this. In fact, creating content for social media like this video or podcast, depending on how you're consuming this, it has this emotional side as well. In fact, today, after a lot of traveling and I'm kind of pooped at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, well, I need to record this podcast and video for Wednesday. And, I had to grab some wine in order to do that. So if you get caught up in the emotions, I want to let you know that's normal. I mean, just today, when it comes to social media, here are some of the emotions that have come through my mind. First, definitely, I don't want to. Does this even matter? Is anyone even going to watch this? Will they like it? Is it helpful? Is what I'm saying good enough or smart enough or whatever? Why don't they like me? And things like, this takes so much time. Is this even working? And I coach people on social media and I run these emotions on a daily basis as well. And I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about that. And I was messaging some of the people in my group coaching right now. How's everything going? And some people are like, this is great. This is helpful. I'm getting success. And then some people are like, I still haven't really posted and I'm afraid and nervous and I don't do this a lot. And, there's these hangups. And I think that that's really normal, especially considering the pressure that I think a lot of people put on social media being the gateway to your business growth. So if you struggle with these emotions or someone on your team struggles with these emotions, maybe you could forward this over to them. I'm going to share with you some things that have been really, really helpful for me in navigating this space and things that I coach my clients on to help them navigate this space. Remembering that we have to show up. If we don't show up, we have no chance of meeting new people, reconnecting with old people. We have to show up somewhere. Now, you don't have to show up online, but you have to show up somewhere. And a lot of people, since they're hanging out online, it's very, very helpful that is a place you show up. We want to show up where the people that we want to talk to are showing up. I want you to think about maybe when you were in high school and you liked someone, you would go to the place where you thought he or she would be in the hopes of maybe being able to strike up a conversation or catching attention. And as I mentioned this, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, this is exactly why I don't like social media. It kind of feels like high school again, where there are the popular people and then there's me, super awkward and doesn't know. And I totally get that. So let me go ahead and just share with you some things that help me. The first thing is to have a clear definition of success. Grow my business on social media is really vague and can help you to feel very helpless and overwhelmed when it comes to posting on social media. And I think it can be as simple as I am going to show up in the space every day and post something on a daily basis, even if it is not business related. In fact, I think it's sometimes really helpful to not think about your business for a little while as you get over some of these nerves, but to have a clear definition of success. Maybe it is just post something every day, and that gets you in the game. For us here at Emerge with me and my business partner, our clear definition of success is a return on ad spend, which is probably not the same for you. Ours is, okay, from an advertising perspective, if we put $1 in, are we getting $2 in sales? And we're just kind of leaving it there. It's not necessarily our engagement percentages, because we're still trying to figure that out. And we're trying to figure out what engagement looks like and what messages are resonating with our audience. But if we are actually, in our world, we're getting money back from our advertising budget, then that's success. So we have to really be focused on what is success actually. If you are just starting out using social media in your business, I would start with, I'm going to post something every day and get a few conversations started. And how would you start a conversation? You could post something, and it doesn't have to be like about a product, about your business, or any of the like veiled hidden things. It could just simply be something like, here's a couple of outfits, which one do you think would be helpful, or what's the best vacuum cleaner, or whatever things, challenges that you're running into, and get some advice from people. What you'll notice is that people will respond to you, and then you're in a scenario where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that person was following me. And you can just message them and say, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you were following me. How are you? It doesn't have to be with this like direct line to scheduling appointments, but that is the first indicator of success. Now, the second indicator of success might be appointments that you're getting, but start somewhere with a clear definition of success and really try not to change it, because whenever you change it, it kind of starts messing with your head. The second thing is to treat social media like an experiment. One of the things that my coach will tell me, and I will tell my clients, is, okay, here's what our best guess, and then let's test it and see if it's right or not. There's a great article by James Clear. He's one of my favorite bloggers, and it's called Treat Failure Like a Scientist. And here's a little bit that I'll read. When a scientist runs an experiment, there are all sorts of results that can happen. Some results are positive and some are negative, but all of them are data points. Each result is a piece of data that ultimately can lead to an answer. That's how a scientist treats failure, as another data point. So instead of looking at your posts as, if I post this, it means do they like me or they don't like me, it could just be a test. I wonder if people will comment or like or share this post. I think it's just a much healthier attitude toward social media, because it's a test. What's working one week may need to be adjusted the next week. And anyone who tells you they know everything perfectly about social media, I'm not so sure, because what we're actually trying to hack is the human on the other side, and their preferences might change and how they use platforms might change. And that isn't to be overwhelming. It's just to know, okay, we need to look at it from a scientific perspective. So one of the things that we do each week is we just look at our posts from the previous week and say what worked well, what didn't work well, and what adjustments do we need to make moving forward. This keeps it out of the personal realm of they like me or not, to what posts worked well, what posts didn't work well, and what adjustments are we going to make moving forward. That's really helped a lot to take the emotions out of it. Number 3, post more, not less. When we get emotional, we tend to like not want to post, and then it makes every post just feel so much bigger. And what I would recommend is just post a little bit more, and it desensitizes you to the results and kind of gets you through that emotional space. 4th, actually have fun. The things that you would send your friends, post those on social media. Social media is supposed to be fun, just like going someplace out where you meet people is supposed to be fun. Remember that that's the point, and people can tell if you're trying too hard to do something and it doesn't come off right. So just have fun when you are creating stories or asking questions. Enjoy yourself. And the last key here is, and this is, I think, one of my overarching principles in all areas of business, is to, and you may have heard me say this before, is to really focus on providing value versus trying to prove your value. How many likes, comments, shares, and all that's important, right? Because that's how you start conversations. But when we start to look at social media as proof of our value, we're missing the whole point. The point of this is to build relationships, is to build like, know, and trust with the people that you want to talk to. And we do that by providing value. Sometimes value is making someone smile. Sometimes value is inspiring them. Sometimes value is a relatable story that tells them they're not alone. So, I think the last thing that I want to share with you as we wrap up on just this emotional side of posting on social media is while there are these emotions, there are also so many awesome people that we've been able to connect with that wouldn't have connected with on social media. I love operating in a virtual world where I get to meet people from all different countries and all different states and with different perspectives than I do. And I think that's really cool. And while I've had to, I guess, create a little layer of armor for myself in being someone that shows up every single day on social media to more people than I really would prefer to be in front of. It's been really rewarding as well to figure out where my place is over time, right? It's been a few years to be able to provide value, to be able to connect with people, to be able to help people, to encourage them in a way that feels really, really good to me. And the last piece of that I want to leave is just give it some time. It will feel awkward at first, and after a while, you'll find yourself really enjoying the awkward a little bit more, and you'll find yourself being emotional about posting on social media and not wanting to write a podcast or not wanting to post, and you think, hey, you know what? Maybe this is what I should be talking about, and things will change for you over time. So that's all for me today. I hope that's helpful for you. I really want to make sure that you continue to have a clear definition of success. Remember, social media is an experiment. Look at it that way instead of taking it personally. Post more, not less. Have fun and set out to provide value to the people you're posting for. And you are going to do much better on social media than you think if you follow those different principles. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.